Mr. Gandara, behave. Good morning. This is Judge Alisa Perez presiding over the 210th District Court criminal docket for March 30th, 2023. All matters being heard today are being heard in accordance with all emergency orders and directives regarding COVID-19. In addition to that, we are streaming all matters live via YouTube for public viewing. Mr. Marufo, would you call our next case, please?
Bottom of page 4, Judge. In cause number 2018-0D01845, State of Texas versus Eddie Morris. Announcement of counsel, please.
Eliana Elizalde for the state. State is ready.
Ms. Solis, are you there?
Miss Solis?
Hello.
Hi,
Good morning.
how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm glad to see you this morning. We're set for a probation status hearing. Is Mr. Morris is in custody?
Correct.
Okay, Miss Carla, so I'm not as proficient on my court laptop. Can you give me a little bit of the update on Mr. Morris?
Yes, Your Honor, sorry. Mr. Morris, Your Honor, hasn't reported to the probation department since July of 2022. He failed to report August 2022 through January 2023. He still has, he was placed on 10 years, therefore we still have him on probation through October of 2028. An MTR has been filed as of February 21st, 2023. This would be the state's third motion filed. BIP was completed, Your Honor. Community service, he hasn't completed the 80 hours or performed any hours. And a little history with Mr. Morris, Your Honor. There is history of, like I mentioned, previous MTRs filed. At one point, there was a rearrest for an assault family violence back on October 2019. The MTR was filed then, and then it was transferred through to the 384 competency court. It was just, the MTR was later dismissed. He was later ordered just to pay restitution on that case. I apologize. I'm going to go back to 2018. He was arrested on an MTR that was filed then due to failure to report to the probation department. That MTR was dismissed and he completed a 30-day ACOP.
So what about Miss Solis? I have something in here in the report that says that he's just done with probation. At the end of 2022, Mr. Morris stated that he thought he was just, oh no, he's saying that he thought he was done. I'm sorry, not like he was done doing probation. I misread that. What can you tell me about your client, Miss Solis?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, we did have a hearing back on February the 21st. It was actually with the Judge Dolores Reyes. It was a bond hearing, Your Honor. And at that time, she issued the bond at $60,000 cash surety, $5,000 PR. I spoke with my client. I know he did complete the BIP program at some point. I guess he was in, I believe, the competency court. He indicated to me that during all this period, EHN wasn't really helping him and he wasn't getting his proper medications. He does have somewhere to stay at a stable residence with Marisol Revolta, and I did speak with her and she's willing to assist him. So he does have an address here in El Paso where he can reside. Judge, due to the fact that EHN, according to him, had him given him proper meds, I would like to look further into that. But as far as the arrest in October of 2019, I know that case was dismissed. But I have a note here that I guess at some point he had been referred, like I said, to Judge Garcia's competency court. So, and he, I'm sorry, I was just going to say he is still on technically on probation until 2028.
And of course, the probation recommendation is to admonish defendant and move him forward on probation. But Ms. Pineda, do we show any history of any mental health treatment while he's been on probation?
Your Honor, he was transferred out of the 384 competency court where he was later referred to EHN services.
Mhm.
Was receiving services to EHN. He did have a diagnosis at the time. But then that's when there was no contact. So it is mentioned as per probation officer's report that if he were to continue, Mr. Morris were to continue on probation, they would want him reassessed by EHN to see if for any further determination of care.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's, if we're gonna keep him on probation, which he's got a good chunk still to do, and, you know, if we can get him on track, I will not, though, release him until we can have an assessment done while he's in custody
Okay.
and get the results from there. And then what I also want to see from there is whatever comes from it, that, for example, if he has an appointment, that we kind of tie his release date to whatever that, so we have no break, you know, from him being released, that we don't lose track of it, Ms. Solis. So I'm going to reset the probation status hearing for 30 days,
Yes, Your Honor.
and it'll be on a Tuesday at 3 p.m. Basically, I want like an exit plan with appointment. And that's, of course, assuming that they're going to assess that he has a need for that level of care. We might run into a wall if, for whatever reason, they don't assess him at that high of a level, and then it's just kind of, you know, he goes out again. Ms. Solis, I'm not really inclined to go that route, because he's had at least a less restrictive structure on the mental health end, and that has not proven to be successful. So if the recommendation comes back to be like more of the same, that's not gonna work for me. So maybe if you have any information, you may be able to, you know, contribute to finding a good solution for him, help him be successful. We'll
Yes,
go
sure.
that route. Okay.
Not a problem, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Miss Elizalde, I'm sorry I didn't ask you. Did you have a recommendation or anything in that case?
Was ready to revoke him. But
I know you're ready to revoke him.
but do you just want me to leave that open for you, Judge? The MTR, and
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Leave it open. And what was your rec?
it was 3 TDC. He's got a prior pen trip too where he's been revoked, 3 MTRs. That's kind of
Uh-huh.
where but
That makes, Carla, if they're able to assess in any of those prior probations where he wasn't successful, to see if what if any kind of mental health treatment he received there. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
I hear you, Ms. Elizalde. Thank you, Ms. Solis.
Thank you.
Okay, who's next?
Judge,
Monday.
on page number 2, Judge,
Mhm.
with Mr. Reed, he was scheduled for an arraignment with Ms. Schneiderman, but he filed a motion to withdraw, and wanted to address it before you, Judge.
Okay, when did you file the motion to withdraw, Mr. Reed?
Sorry, Your Honor, it was probably filed 2 or 3 days ago. We haven't had any way to contact her. Maybe like 3 days ago, and I don't think PR bond has been able to contact her. And it's a 2021 case.
Wow, okay. A 2021, like it happened in 2021, because it's got
Right.
23 cause number. Okay,
Yes.
so get your hearing from Becky on your motion
Okay.
to withdraw. If you have any information on your client, I'll also need either Becky or Marufo to get me, if she's on PR bond, some kind of PR report on her, and then we'll just have it set for hearing and see if we can get her to show up. I don't know
Sure.
what will happen. Okay,
Sounds good. Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you. Who's
Bye-bye.
Next one is on top of page 5, Judge.
Mhm.
In cause number 2014-0D01785, State of Texas versus Anthony Smith. Announcement of council, please.
Officer, it's ready. So sorry.
Sorry. So, Mr. Ortiz, you're muted. I don't know that I heard Ms. Elizalde fully,
Sorry about that.
so let's just start all over. May I have announcements, please?
Eliana Lizalde for the state. State is ready, Judge.
Ruben Ortiz and Mr. Smith were also ready.
Officer Ramos for adult probation.
And it appears, is that your client, Mr. Smith? Is that him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let me go back. I'm switching through screens. Okay, and so Mr. Smith is appearing remotely as well. We're scheduled today for a probation status hearing. Had we not resolved Mr. Smith at the last hearing? Let me go back to his report.
He just wanted a probation hearing, Your Honor, in 60 days.
Okay, so let's hear it, Ms. Ramos.
He's been doing everything he's supposed to do, Your Honor. Out of 5 treatment sessions, he attended 4. He was absent to 1 due to traffic, I believe. He will be attending the sanction group to make up for that missed session. UAs have been completed. He has not worked community service. I have none in the system as of October of 2022. Aside from that, Your Honor, he's reporting as instructed. I have no issues.
Okay. You have anything, Mr. Ortiz?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do one more status, probation status in 30 days. When does he term, Ms. Ramos?
January 25, 2025.
Okay, so we have a little bit of time still. Mr. Smith, it looks like you've turned things around here, and so I'm just gonna have one more review to check your compliance and make sure we're on track. Mr. Ortiz, I'm telling you that, you know, if we're similar or even better than today, we just continue him on probation.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Smith is wanting to talk. Mr. Ortiz, do you wanna?
That's fine.
Okay, Mr. Smith, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. I apologize. I just wanted to say, as far as the sanction group, I did attend yesterday. I had it at 3 p.m. And I did go to community service yesterday morning as well.
That's great. As long as you're taking your probation seriously, we're gonna be in good shape.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we'll do one more review in 30 days, just as we're doing now over Zoom, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you all for your time. You all may be.
Thank you,
Very much,
Judge.
ma'am.
Take
Thank you, Your Honor.
Who's next?
Second one on page 5, Judge.
Mhm.
In cause number 2022-0D02367, State of Texas versus Eileen Hernandez. Announcement of council, please.
Eliana Elizalde for the state. State is ready.
Daniel Avelar for Eileen Hernandez. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, and I saw Miss Hernandez was logging in. Is she logged in now?
She logged in, but she did not connect, Judge.
Okay, let's give her a second, see if she can connect.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Hernandez?
Ms. Hernandez, if you're connected, I need you to turn on your camera, please.
Ms. Hernandez?
Is she there?
She's there. She's still not connected, Judge. I sent her a chat.
Ms. Hernandez, are you there? Okay, so it looks like, without seeing her, Mr. Avelar, you know, there's somebody there with her name, but we're having some issues with her. Let me ask Carla. Carla, that last assessment, did we get? Okay, it says results of mental health assessment indicate Takumi services were opened.
We're what now?
Were opened?
Like
was
she's seen Takumi or it's offered?
I understood that to mean it's offered. Carla, maybe you can chime in, please.
Yeah, so in other words, she's been
Assessed?
assessed through Tacoma. She's pending to be assigned a caseworker. I did reach out just to make sure, Your Honor, just because I know on the case summary, it does state that they're pending to transfer her to mental health.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wanted to make sure so that we don't have any confusion. Their probation is still pending the screening through the actual MHI caseload through probation so that she can be accepted. So once they screen her and she is accepted, she would be placed into the MHI caseload, obviously, if the court's in agreement with that.
So Takumi is She's been assessed through Takumi, and now she's going to be assessed through MHMR.
Yes, through probation. So Takumi would be with EHN services, and then
Ms. Hernandez, if you're there, I need you to unmute and turn on your camera.
There we go. Hernandez, can you hear us?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, some of the concerns I have in addition to that, Mr. Avalar, is within the report, it looks like they were having some trouble contacting her. They're either going through dad and or I'm not sure, I don't remember if it was grandma or mom. But they had multiple occasions here at the end of March where they attempted to get in contact with her and they were unable to do so. Let me see. There was also a notation that was it supposed to be a no contact with this individual? What was the name of I don't know if it's a co-defendant. Is it a co-defendant in her underlying case?
yes, Your Honor.
Who is it?
This one in particular, Your Honor, was Giovanni Gallegos.
Right. Who now has a bench warrant. Okay, was that part of her? Yeah. So I'm trying to remember because there was different ways in which this came to the court's attention. I believe it was through Mr. Gallegos's case.
Yep, Interstate emailed you, Your Honor, a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
To update you regarding the assessments, and I'm just trying to find the email so I can forward it to you.
So where is she living right now?
I think she's in Anthony. Ms. Hernandez, can you answer the court? Turn on your audio, please.
I live in 151 Wrestler
With who?
by myself, and then my dad stays weekends.
Is that an apartment, ma'am?
Yes.
And that's the information that probation has, Carla?
Let me double check on that. Yet. I didn't hear this. I heard wrestler, but I didn't hear the other part of it.
151.
I hate to give further details on that because we're on YouTube, but yeah.
But was it two different addresses where she's staying?
No.
Okay, that's what I wasn't sure. And Mr. Avalar, if I may, Judge, let Mr. Avalar know. Unfortunately, Ms. Hernandez's New Mexico case was transferred back to El Paso County.
Right.
Due to continuous non-compliance, so New Mexico's she's not allowed to be in New Mexico anymore.
So part of the issues I'm having, Ms. Hernandez, is that, and I don't know if the probation officer had discussed this with you, that you're not to have contact with that, Giovanni German Gallegos, something like that. So if that's happening, that's violating your probation. And then what is the update with the contact, Carla? I mean, she's here today. I'm imagining she's in contact with her attorney, but why is probation having so many issues getting in touch with Ms. Hernandez?
It's okay, Ms. Hernandez.
That, Your Honor, if I may have Interstate log on just real quick, just because I personally don't know. I know they have a phone number, but she doesn't have a phone. So my understanding is they're going through grandmother to try to get a hold of her.
Mm-hmm.
I have it as dad, Your Honor. I'm sorry, Carla, but I have it as they're getting hold of her through dad.
Right. And I think they've done both. They've gone through dad and they've gone through grandma, but they're trying to get her to go test. And because there's not direct contact with her and she's not reaching out to probation, she's not appearing for testing. So we need to.
What are you thinking, Judge? Because when I heard Takumi, I'm like, okay, there's some issues there. But then when I heard I mentioned EHN, I'm like, okay, maybe there's additional issues.
We had so much non-compliance when she was in New Mexico in a short period of time. And it wasn't just a non-compliance that was like, she forgot to do things. It was a literal type of, I'm choosing to disobey, taking off or the GPS monitor that they had her on, those types of things. And so it brings me a lot of concern when I start to see that probation can't get in touch with her, she can't, and I don't see that services have been structured in a way to where she has a clear understanding of what she has to do, right? If we're relying on, well, we're going to call her because now we have an appointment or she needs to go do this or that, that is not working. But quite honestly, Mr. Hernandez, the onus is not on probation to do everything for you and hand it to you on a silver platter. You have to do your part too. So, I can't imagine that the communication with your family is so broken down that they're not giving you information about what you need to do on probation. Frankly, it's not their responsibility. Miss Carla, I know Miss Valenzuela is logging on, but is there a way that we can structure some of these things that she needs to do? So we give her, say, a month's worth of appointments, testing, things of that nature ahead of time. And quite frankly, as soon as she doesn't appear, then we'll just get a bench warrant.
I was about to mention that, Your Honor. I'm wondering if, okay, is this a case where, you know what, I don't want to be on probation, let me just do my time? Or is it, well, I need a little adjustment on my meds, kind of a thing.
Yeah, I don't know that we have a good understanding of that yet.
Okay, I know Vanity's logging on, but yeah, I think the court's on to something in terms of, let's see where we're at in a couple of weeks or so.
So, Miss Carla, is Miss Valenzuela, are you her direct probation officer?
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so what I was asking Ms. Pineda was, I saw amongst other issues was this kind of difficulty we're having with giving her notice of things, being able or having to rely on dad and grandma to send, get her information regarding what she needs to do on probation. Is there a way, let me ask, what is she set up for right now? When is she due to check in with you? Or what appointment is next?
I asked her to come in person today after the court hearing. So she's going to report before 5, so that way I can give her counselor information, as well as she did have an appointment with the doctor yesterday with Takumi Services, but because we couldn't get in contact with her, we weren't able to provide that information for her. So I asked her to report in person, so that way we can establish some kind of baseline, because the communication is not working. We can't keep going through her grandma, through her dad. So I'm not sure. Her dad did indicate yesterday when I talked to him on the phone that he does plan on getting her a cell phone. So that should help, but I don't know when that's going to be.
All right. So there's part of our issue so far.
Yeah.
This is what we're going to do. She's due to report today. Obviously, she doesn't report, doesn't provide a better means of having contact. I mean, email, whatever she can have access to, or if that doesn't happen, then she's just going to need to appear with her probation officer every month and get the slate of things that she'll be needing to do. We will come back in 30 days. Ms. Valenzuela, I'm comfortable that you're going to provide her, and I think we're on the same page on what part of the problem is here. So once we get the communication situation squared away and get her informed on her appointments, I don't know if we need, or you will have available already that rescheduled Takumi appointment, but to the extent we can provide her with 30 days worth of what she's supposed to do when she meets with you today, let's do that. We will come back on April 27th at 10 a.m. for another probation status hearing. Ms. Hernandez, I cannot emphasize enough to you how critical it is that you are compliant with every term of your probation. Get with Ms. Valenzuela and ask every question you need to ask if you're confused about what you need to do, because based on your track record thus far, I'm not going to be very patient if you start messing up on probation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Avilar, to the extent you can help there, please do that. And Ms. Valenzuela, thank you for your assistance.
And Judge Perez, if I may, in regards to Ms. Hernandez, I am noticing that she has so much time on her hand to where it's a negative thing. She has let me know that she's been looking for employment, but I've only heard of one job interview that she has told me about. She indicated that she has high interest in going back to school, but I'm not really seeing any progress towards that. I'm kind of worried that she has all this free time. She's been given referrals to where she can start community service. I understand she doesn't have a vehicle, but there are other means. That's one of the big things that do concern me, that since she has all this free time, it might leave opportunity open for possible new offenses.
Ms. Hernandez, have you ever heard of the saying, idle hands are the devil's playground?
No.
That means if you're not busy, you're more likely to get in trouble. That's what she's talking about. Okay.
So let's make sure we explore at the very least the community service options, reminders, and check on progress on community service halfway through the 30 days, see if we've done anything. I gotta think maybe with holidays coming up, there's probably opportunities that might not be regular opportunities where we can make some advances there. Ms. Hernandez, you're hearing a lot of concern all the way around from your previous probation officers and your current probation officers. I'm listening to all of that. So if I don't see some progress, there's going to be a sanction. You can rest assured of it. Ms. Valenzuela, thank you for taking the time to be kind of very thorough. I also discussed the issue with Mr. Gallegos here. We're not to be having any contact there. So I'm just giving you the heads up, Ms. Hernandez.
And
all right.
Sorry, Judge Perez. I was looking at the conditions of probation, and it only indicates no offensive contact with the complaining witness, Brian Sanchez. There's no condition saying she can't be in contact with Mr. Gallegos.
Well, considering he's a fugitive now, then I'm going to go ahead and modify her to have no contact with the co-defendants.
Okay.
I believe there was more than one.
Yes.
So it's not a good thing, Ms. Hernandez, that you continue to associate with folks who pled in the same case and are not doing well on probation. I would urge you, and it will be the court condition of your probation, that you stay away from these folks.
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. Okay. Anything else?
Nothing from probation. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. You all are excused.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
I think who's left on the probation statuses? Mr. Parra?
Mr. Parra and Mr. Huffman, Judge.
So let me just ask, is Mr. Lozano here?
No, Judge.
Okay, so Mr. Lozano's not going to be here, Mr. Huffman, right?
He's not here, Judge.
Okay, so we only have one left.
Father, but I'm trying to get a hold of him.
On Mr. Lozano's case, I got to think at this point, the warrant is active.
It is.
And we just wait until we catch up with Mr. Lozano. We don't need to have a future setting unless there's already one. Okay, all right. Let's get to Mr. Alvarez Esparza. I'm sorry.
It goes number 2019-0D05117, State of Texas versus Michael Esparza Alvarez. Announcement of counsel, please.
Eliana Elizalde for the state. State is ready.
Manuel Parra, Your Honor, for Mr. Alvarez, also ready.
And I thought I saw, I'm sorry, I'm toggling on one screen. I thought Mr. Esparza, yes, he's there. Okay. Is also appearing remotely. Let me see, when were we last here?
Your Honor, January 31st.
Okay, so it looks like since that time, in terms of the monitor, we've had absolutely no violations, so that's a good thing.
That's correct, Judge.
It is work release. It looks like he's doing well. Am I missing anything, Carla?
No, Your Honor, as per the probation officer's report received, there are no indications of any violations on his monitor. There are no traffic violations since the last that was addressed already with the court. He did complete his ACOP days that were ordered. It doesn't look like he's failing to report. He's reporting and there's no 30 UAs, nothing like that, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're on track. Do we have a future setting on him?
We don't, Judge.
Okay, so that's consistent with the recommendation, Mr. Parra. Mr. Esparza, it sounds like you're on track. As long as you're on track, I'm not bringing you back. If I get a report from probation that we're out of compliance again, there will be a bench warrant. But we're good to go. Continue to do well. Mande, Mr. Parra.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. It was at my client's request. I had advised him previously that probation, when it comes to DWIs, a person who's on probation is eligible for the removal of the interlock machine at 50% of the term. That would have been January of 2022, Judge. And we would be requesting that the court consider the removal of that machine given his compliance. Of course, Your Honor, we can file a motion to have that hearing.
Okay, I can tell you just informally, that's denied, but if you want to file your motion and have a formal hearing, do so, and please request your hearing, okay?
Understood, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anyone else?
No, Judge.
Okay.